in any fandom, you're gonna have a numerous types of fans. Some are new, some are old, some are somewhere in the middle. Some people speed read and don't absorb anything. Some people are crackhead, research every nook and cranny of a series. And Tower of God, I realized from my Twitter, there are a lot of people who are, I guess you could say, more casual readers. So there's a lot of things that I assume was common knowledge that isn't. So this really isn't for you guys that know about the blog, know where to get translation information and stuff like that. This is more for the people who do not know about that. I kind of want to, make a more of a video for you guys so you know where to look and know where to be to get various information from SIU himself. SIU being the author, the writer and drawer of Tower of God. Tower of God is very dense. There's a lot of technical jargon and terms, characters. There's a lot to remember. It's very dense. There's a lot of stuff in it. So I understand it's hard to remember certain things. Like there's people I talk to who can't remember Gustang's name. And to me, I'm like, Gustang is one of the heads of the Great Ten families. How you not remember this? But anyways, let's get right into it.
One more time.
First and foremost, I want people who don't know, because there are tons of people I talk to who read Tower of God on like Manga Rock or Manga Here or wherever they can find it, right? Please read Tower of God here on online webtoon. It is free. It doesn't cost you any money, and it is the official way to read it. And the thing, I actually very much like reading series in this way, where the whole chapter is here. I just have to scroll down, so definitely read it there. Now, here's something that's very important. Every week, SIU drops a blog post. Not every week, but mostly every week, he drops a blog post where he will talk about the chapter and kind of give you extra information. You can kind of think of it as a mangaka getting an interview or talking about their story in like a character data book or in their volumes. You know, Oda has the SBSs where you can be like, hey Oda, how far can Luffy stretch? And he might answer you. He drops, SIU drops a blog post with mostly every chapter where you get like a picture, usually. He started doing these commissions where if you were like, hey, can you draw Haryun as a police officer? Or can you he might draw something cool like Conan, Bam sitting back to back with like books in their hand. He draws a lot of cool stuff like this. So in addition to making a chapter every week, talking about it in a blog post, he also draws another picture like here. You see the return of White and Karaka being like, that's kind of embarrassing, my lord. Now, where you can get it on a week-to-week basis, just go to Reddit. Reddit, every week, somebody will translate it so you can read what he's talking about. So, here he's talking about, excuse me, how Haryun is temporarily in charge of Bam's role in the team, yada, yada, yada. This is where you get extra information. This is how I know things like SIU talking about Bam being picked up by Fug, not for his talent, but for his irregular title, and like something like crazy like how Urashia can like use Shinsu to like wipe out 99% of the floor because she's so powerful, right? Stuff like this you get in the blog. These aren't things that are inherently present in the story, so make sure you check that out, right? I'm going to have this link here. This is where I was able to read most of the blog posts in a like streamlined format on this Google Doc. It'll be in the link, and it only goes up until the Floor of Death. So for the rest of them, you're going to have to either, I guess, find the archive on Reddit. But it is also on the Wikipedia, which you can, for the most part, trust. I'm not a wiki guy. I don't wiki stuff because I usually don't trust information, especially if you can change it easily. But the Tower God Wikipedia is actually pretty damn good. If you see anything by Godai, read it. He's a great translator, so also check that out. So even like today, with this recent chapter, Communist Lizard actually showed this to us. He tweeted out that advanced rankers actually make up 10% of all rankers, and it was the Chinese translators that actually confirmed this. So now we actually know more about the top rankers. So very important information that you need. And yeah, and with that all being said, that's really all you needed to know about that. So definitely go through those blog posts. Definitely check Reddit every week for the blog post translations and pick you up a picture like Kun playing the violin. And you always come here. I'll tell you everything you need to know. You always come here to my channel. I try to, keep everybody as informed as I can. A lot of you guys keep me informed about things I don't know. So it's kind of like, we're all a community here, all a family. It's how it works. So you guys have yourselves a mighty fine day. Short video, I know, but, it is what it is. You're...
Sanaki, I go ghost. Solar marker, cut your soul. Like Endeavor, I explode. Toradoki, I go cold. Posted up by my lonesome. Niggas at me when they want some. AKAR and they both dump it. 2 hands and they both.